It's 5:33 on the date that it is, and this is just a lovely, short, little brief upload for the interest of those that have respect for their processes throughout the day. We have different processes. We have eating processes. We have sleeping processes. We have bathing processes. Um, these are just the activities that we have throughout the day. So I'm just after the most lush supper in my peaceful little living space. And as I've mentioned, there have been, as recollected in this and throughout this documentary, the recollections and experiences of those that have been by artificial and remote means intruding and interfering with my bodily integrity. Now, these individuals seem to have a tendency and a taste for perpetuating a really unhealthy cycle of offence. So they, as I've mentioned, have decided to rearrange a few plots and stories and lines, and unfortunately they haven't been strong enough to bravely confront the problems that they're causing. So my mealtime has just had, as I've shared in previous episodes of this documentary, this little experience this evening has had a little bit of an intrusion of individuals that are of imposter syndrome and that are trying to relay a circumstance that isn't actually factual, real, or authentic. So there's been the artificial, there's been the remote, there's been awful circumstances that I've had to contend with, really, and not any of these individuals that are responsible have been courteous or considerate to actually be mature, professional, or responsible for the actions that they're causing. So the treason against my light worker body, my avatar light, is since 2016 now. That incident of damages to my light body have been since 2017, when the first publicity stunt was commenced in this community. And now it's 2021 and we're still on from the ombudsman procedures with no acknowledgement, and we're still experiencing individuals imposing and intruding and presenting further storylines that aren't exactly factual. So the issue of this matter is with regard to the self-healing process and the issue of healthcare and science and medicine and so on and so forth, and how I've had the experience of my medical care unjustifiably, inexcusably withheld from me. So there are really rude behaviours and procedures occurring, not very respectful of the female body. And as a woman that's been experiencing these kind of rude individuals since 2006, and as a new mom in 2016, and now again in 2021, the hype and the inauthenticity, the fallacy of it all with regard to treason I've experienced, and these people actually trespassing upon me and intruding upon me and my personal space. So this situation is getting a little bit intolerable. It's a little bit silly at this stage, considering that my birth records specifically clearly state Fernan, which is a beautiful royal bloodline and of many combinations, and there are individuals in this experience that they've intruded upon and that they've exacerbated and that they've caused, being highly inconsiderate of their own mishandling, their own irresponsibility, their own immaturity, and they're on a retaliatory cycle. It's like a rat race. It's really bad. They have caused damages already, and they haven't been mature or considerate enough to present themselves professionally or properly, with common sense and good decency. So it's a bad representation of profession, politics, practice, and procedures. And I have a huge concern for these individuals with further perpetuations or permutations of the problems they're causing. So as a royal title has been disrespected and my child has been imposed upon by these people of bad practices, and bad negotiations. The unlawful care order of my son is still an issue for the Ombudsman for Children rather than these petty and dangerous games that some irresponsible adults prefer to continue worsening than the offences that they're already responsible for. As I mentioned in my previous upload, the failings, fraudulence, and falsehoods of the previous upload is regarding the recovery that is experienced throughout this circumstance, also as a consequence of my work in 2018. And that recovery is with regard to debt recovery, and it's with regard to the recovery of health. So there has been wealth and health damaged in this community.